the last episode, we explored the binding power of your own word, the internal contract that makes identity real. Today, we're moving into the practicalities, how to train the non-negotiable mind so that consistency becomes inevitable. That's what's so exciting about this mindset. The non-negotiable mind is not a personality trait. It's a trained response to reality. You don't, in quotes, have it. You condition it. And you condition it the same way you condition strength, through repeated, reality-aligned action. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Self-Control from Fitness to Flourishing. Let's break down how this training actually works. The practice is not a productivity system, though you will become more productive. It's not a habit tracker, though you will track your behavior. And it's not a morning routine, though there are routines you'll implement, including how you start your day. The practice is designed to be a daily conditioning loop that aligns your mind with reality. Every day of the 84, you'll begin with the warm-up, execute the workout you have planned, and finish with the cool-down. Just like a real physical training routine, each part serves a purpose. The warm-up clarifies identity and purpose. The workout executes the causal chain. The cool-down reinforces identity through reflection. Every part of the practice is designed to condition one thing. When the next task appears in your schedule, you execute. Not because you feel like it, not because you're motivated, not because the timing is right. You execute because the task is the cause of the effect you want. And you fully understand and accept that reality does not negotiate. This is the reality alignment principle in action. Before each task, you run a mini primer. This is a brief identity activation ritual that aligns your mind with reality and prepares you to operate with excellence. You begin by stating your intention for the specific activity you're about to perform. In a moment, I am, followed by the task. Then you ask the excellence question. What can I do to realize this task with excellence? This shifts your attention to what is fully within your control, your intention, your effort, and the quality of your presence. From there, you identify one of three simple, obvious, direct actions, expressed in the present tense. These are the immediate behaviors that embody your preferred self in this context. You finish by reciting the Stoic Strength Reserve Clause. This is what I prefer to realize. Whatever happens, I exercise virtuous self-control. This anchors you in reality alignment. You commit to the cause, not the outcome. Then you execute. During the task, you stay present. When your attention drifts, you return to your sodas. They are your in-the-moment cues, the behavioral expression of the identity you've chosen. After the task, you take 2 minutes to review. You ask, what did I do to realize this task with excellence? You acknowledge the actions that aligned with your intentions, including the spontaneous moments of excellence that emerged from your priming. You note improvements for next time and record any insights while they're fresh. This is the conditioning cycle that trains the non-negotiable mind one task at a time. The discipline is how you shape your choices in real time. It's built on a simple behavioral truth. What you reinforce increases. What you redirect decreases. In Stoic strength training, you apply this not to random behaviors, but to the choices that express your preferred self. When you make an excellent choice, one aligned with your preferred self, you reinforce it immediately. You acknowledge the choice, then ask the intentional question: why is it I exercise virtuous self-control in the moment of choice? You answer beginning with because, giving yourself 1 to 3 reasons that make this choice meaningful, empowering, and consistent with who you're becoming. This strengthens the identity-action link. When you make a less than excellent choice, you redirect it just as quickly. You acknowledge what happened without judgment, reaffirm the standard you've chosen, and ask the same intentional question. The intentional question presupposes the identity you prefer, re-anchors you in your reasons, and shifts your attention back to the choice you do want to make in that circumstance. The discipline works because it treats every moment of choice as training. Your choosing self is shaping your conditioned self, reinforcing the behaviors you want to become automatic and replacing the ones you don't. Over time, the identity you've chosen becomes the identity you express effortlessly. The discipline is not about self-criticism. It's about reality alignment. Noticing what you did, choosing what you prefer, and reinforcing the standard you hold for yourself to the point of conditioning. Every time you execute the next task, you reinforce the identity you've chosen. Every time you negotiate, you erode it. The identity you prefer is not built by introspection. It's built by repetition. You've got to get your reps in, just like you do in the gym. This is why the practice is daily during the 84. It's why the tasks are scheduled, just like you have your workouts scheduled. And this is why the task on hand is always the focus. You are conditioning a reflex. When the task appears in my schedule, I act. Not perfectly, not dramatically, not heroically, consistently. Consistent execution is the goal. Do this, and you'll amaze yourself with how quickly you can change your life. It's important to eliminate the conditions that make negotiation possible. Negotiation thrives in ambiguity, emotional filtering, unclear identity, optionality, and delayed consequences. The practice eliminates all of these. The warm-up clarifies identity. The workout enacts the causal chain. Mini priming eliminates emotional filtering. The discipline reinforces the contract. And the cool down reveals consequences daily. The practice is a closed loop. It's a self-correcting system. It's designed to make negotiation with reality impossible because it removes the psychological and philosophical conditions that allow negotiation to exist. When the causal chain is as apparent and as immediate as the weight of the barbell in your hands during a deadlift, you'll no longer try to argue with reality. You'll really see that in order to get the effect, you must enact the cause. This is the most valuable outcome of training the non-negotiable mind. When you stop trying to negotiate with reality and just do what's required, building the life you want becomes quite simple. Not necessarily easy, but straightforward. Now, we've been going to some deep concepts during this series. I want to take a moment to remind you that every episode of this podcast is about building the strength to live your highest values while realizing your most important goals. I believe that if I can help just one more person do this, the world has become a better place. I'm bringing this up here because I want to make it clear that training the non-negotiable mind is training virtuous self-control. Virtuous self-control is operating with personal excellence in the moment of choice, regardless of mood, convenience, or circumstance. It's the internal expression of reality alignment, the refusal to negotiate with reality, and the commitment to act in accordance with the identity you've chosen. When you train the non-negotiable mind, you are training the ability to direct your awareness, to choose the cause that leads to the effect you want, to uphold your own word, and to act as your preferred self acts. This is predictability, the kind you can rely on. It's the foundation of self-trust. It's the expression of identity through action. Coming up in the final episode, we're going to explore the long game. What happens when you live this way consistently? How identity stabilizes, how self-trust compounds, and how the non-negotiable mind becomes the foundation for a life you can rely on. For now, keep this in mind. You don't train the non-negotiable mind haphazardly. You train it with a consistent system that organizes repeated, reality-aligned action. That's it for today. Catch you next time.